Jiggy Bros.
Like, everybody fucking does screenshots, so whatever. Here you go. Knock it out.
Let's see.
So hi. Are we saying hi to everybody? Oh, there we go. So see. Now we're saying hi. I am steadily picking nail polish off my nails, y'all.
Okay, let's do
It's hard
that.
work being a whiskerine. It tears up my nails. I have to balance my nail time with my beard building time.
All right, let's play this intro.
Bam! The hell? Where'd she go?
We lost her. She turned sideways again. We've lost Christine.
Well, hi, everybody.
Well, hello.
It is pretty snazzy. Yeah.
There she is.
I went sideways again. If that keeps happening, I'm just going to hop out and do the typey thing again. Can't stand it. But hello.
We did not.
Right?
Canada kicked her out.
Canada. Damn you, Canada.
Damn Canada.
Canada. How you guys doing? I haven't seen your faces in forever.
It's been a while, right?
It's been a while.
It's been a whirlwind here, so I still can't process everything.
A little busy.
A little busy. Well, you did some kind of big competition a while ago, so I guess you were busy with that.
A little bit.
A little bit.
What was it, 2 weeks ago?
I drove, so it was awful. Never again. Mark that off the bucket list. 16-hour drive. Nah. Not again.
That's not my deal. I don't like that whole drive for more than I think 12 hours is really kind of my max.
Yeah, well.
And then I'm grumpy.
Yeah.
So, just saying.
It was pleasant. We'll just say it was pleasant. I mean, it wasn't bad weather, so that's nice. Could have been worse. It was just boring. If it had been a more scenic route, it would have been better. But it was just really flat and boring.
Are you casting dispersions on the state of Wyoming right now? Because it feels like you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she's on.
I mean, there was a little bit of we got to see some of the mountains in Colorado going through, but they were at a distance, and I've really seen all of those parts of the. So it's just a drive I've made several times because I have family in Colorado. And so I have driven there. So I was like, nah, yeah, you really didn't care for this drive any of those other times. Why are you doing this again? But I did not want to trust anybody with my beard. So I know, man. I know. I actually drove by that a couple years ago, though. The Hell's Half Acre. We did a drive-by when we were touring, going from Montana to South Dakota. So, got to go through there.
My beard got checked on the way home. So,
how'd that go?
Actually, it went really well. I mean, it was, I had it in Shannon's bag that he got, with, when he won. And so I had it in there, and I had the Bud Light box still, clipped to the back of it.
Yeah.
And Shannon and I were both laughing because we saw it on the little side deal, and it was like, oh, this is going to be funny. This is going to be really, really
when
funny.
it shows up through the x-ray.
Yeah. But it was freaking cool looking in the x-ray. with the crystals and stuff because they were different
You're
colors.
like, damn, if it had shown like that in competition.
So I'm sitting here and we're both just like, that looks really cool, man. And the dude, he really has this almost kind of shocked and not quite knowing what he should be thinking about this. And so he kind of he looks at it and he looks and he looks at it again and looks at us. And he seems like he's so indecisive about what he wants to actually do. But it ended up, they took the Honest Amish, I guess it was beard balm or something, soap or something, and they swabbed it because it showed as organic. So just FYI, Honest Amish product is truly organic according to TSA. And then he never actually took the beard out of the bag. He kind of felt
Okay,
in
so
there.
you carried it on. You didn't check it.
Right. Mhm.
Okay, that's completely different. That's still staying in your control. Checking it's
Yeah.
completely different. You got to trust somebody else. Hell no.
Now, my other beards, I've checked. Like Great American, I checked.
I ain't checking none of it.
So,
Oh, here you go.
yeah.
Riley got
I've
stopped at
heard a
TSA
couple
going
people.
back, and it was the Honest Amish soap also. That's
So now we have TSA approval that the Honest Amish soap, say that fast, is
Honest Amish
actually
soap.
organic.
So why does it flag if it's organic? I don't get that.
I have no idea.
Oh, I would
If
have had so
anybody
many
knows,
questions.
you can
I'd have
tell
held the
us.
damn line up.
So I don't know if it has to have like, I've traveled to countries where you have to declare like vegetables or fruits or nuts, those type of
Do you have to
agricultural.
declare Shannon when you travel with him?
As an animal, as a support animal.
A nut?
That's pretty good. I might have to use that. I mean, I
if
have to write his
anybody knows,
name
I'd
on
be
that.
like, yeah, that one right there. Powdered meat seasonings? Would that be like a dry rub?
That's what I
Powdered
think he means.
gross. They swabbed the soap, the Honest Amish soap.
Yeah. Just the box, not the actual, soap inside, but they swabbed the box. Just because it must have some organic residue on it. But
Bizarre. Okay. Huh.
I
don't
got
think
flipped
mine's ever
over
been.
nothing.
All my other stuff gets checked. My soap is the please do not pet.
Well, people touch his beard all the time. It used to really bother me, but I think
It bothers me for you. You see my eyes switch? As soon as you said that, I was like,
Yeah, it used to really bother me. Seriously bother me, and now I've kind of gotten over it, I think.
I'd slap the shit out of somebody's hands.
Okay,
But
Robert, so tell us why they swabbed it.
because they're idiots.
What's the theoretical reasoning behind that?
Oh, yes. There may be some meat powder. I think I'm going to call it that from now on, not dry rub. Meat powder. Yeah, see, and you're married.
Yeah, I mean, and
so that's disrespectful to your wife. Like, no, they just should not touch you. Boom, there you go.
I mean, there are some people that do ask, but I don't
Okay,
know.
let me ask this. Do people still reach out and touch it even after COVID? Like, have they done this recently or did they do this pre-COVID? I'm just curious.
I mean, I would say probably a few have post-COVID. Of course, you
But
know,
it's a-
that's been a lot shorter
I'd
time
be
than
real quick to slap somebody's hand then.
But it's a real
Yeah.
consent-based world that we live in for any sort of touching. So especially touching something as personal as your hair, that's just weird. And no.
yeah,
Oh,
I've totally, I mean, other than like the hairdresser or my husband, I don't like people touching my hair. It's like my personal space. That's, you
I
know.
don't like when people come up and just start rubbing my tattoos. I'm like, look, they're not scratch and sniff. The color is in the skin. You're not going to feel anything. Don't touch me. Don't fucking nasty.
that happens often enough that it's a pet peeve of yours. What are your tattoos of that people want to touch them?
they're like, oh, your skin's so soft. And I'm like, I'm old. Shut up. My skin's soft.
You know,
Like, don't touch me. I'm old. Don't touch me.
You're not
It's,
public.
Unless you hug. You know, like a hug is different, but like I don't want to be petted. It's gross.
it's happened to me with my back. When there have been times that people like have seen my back, like if I have a swimsuit on or something, and they'll just like, and I'm like,
Don't touch me.
they'll like run their hand down my back or something. It's like, okay, that was weird. You know,
Mm-mm.
just ask and I'll tell you it's not a t-shirt. Okay.
Just don't.
Because I've been asked that too. It's kind of odd.
Isn't it bizarre? I see Hackman's face. Like, how do people even do this? Like, they do. It's like,
I guess I just don't get out enough. People are never trying to touch me. Maybe I need more tattoos and a beard.
there you go. Jeffrey, touch my butt next time I see it. Okay, you boys are gross.
Good thing I don't touch your beard, Jeffrey.
I know.
We
All
totally
right, we
got
got
off
guests.
topic.
Chop chop. We're 15 minutes into this. I got things. I got a competition to make some trophies for. Yeah,
Well, since we did do that 2 weeks ago where we went to Casper, Wyoming to nationals, the National Beard and Mustache Competition, sponsored by Honest Amish. It was a fun trip. If you've never run through the Denver airport, you gotta try it. It's fun. Both times. So, let's see.
how proofy it is. Okay, but she asked, and that's different.
Yeah. I mean, because when I'm judging, I'll touch their beard.
It's really inappropriate. Like, it's
I'll
just
touch their beard when I'm judging, but I always ask first. It's, you know, so, because that's just polite.
Hey, Robert said, has there been an update on where the Nationals will be next year?
I have not heard anything. I didn't think they knew yet. But
Could it be where it's not in the north in the winter?
I've heard that it's not going to be in a cold region.
I mean, that would be a novel idea.
Yeah.
There's a lot of transportation issues, and people don't go when it's cold. They don't want to drive. They don't want to fly. They don't want to get stuck. They don't, you lose a lot of participation. Yeah.
So I've heard it's not going to be in a cold area or region, and but I don't know that they've announced. I don't know, but I don't know that they've announced where.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of butt and beard touching talked about tonight.
Absolutely.
So you want to bring our guests on?
That's disrespectful.
So they can talk about their national experience. Jeff, that's the one that needs a stick-on arrow for. But
he's got like an ass with a crack, or back with a crack. It just goes
all right, let's bring one of the first ones on here. Otherwise, we'll get all kinds of off course. So, Miss Holly, introduce yourself for us.
My name is Holly DeSmet, and I live in Salt Lake City, Utah. And I can say we have some inside information, maybe. So we sat next to a gentleman on the plane who works behind the scenes at Nationals with Brian. And he said that they were looking for a place near a beach for the next Nationals. Sounds good to me.
I heard a couple of places, but yeah, I heard a couple of places mentioned. So,
If
but
you heard
I
Las
don't
Vegas or
know.
Florida, they said by a beach, definitely Florida. So that would be cool.
That's what I'm thinking.
All right. And so, since all of these ladies are nationals champions, I think, is that what you call it?
National champions.
Yeah. We'll just keep bringing them on. So next, Miss Courtney.
I gotta unmute it. Okay, now, hi. Sorry. I even told myself not to do that.
So tell us who you are and where you're from.
I am Courtney Graham. I'm also from Salt Lake City, Utah.
Bam. Salt Lake City has some national champions.
I don't have any insider information.
She was on the
Are
same
y'all
plane,
both
but-
with the same club?
What's that?
Are y'all both with the same club?
I don't belong to a club.
Oh, okay. Just
Yeah.
Next question.
Yeah.
Sorry, Summer. Oh, she went sideways again. Oh.
And now we'll add Miss Sharon.
Hi,
Tell us who you are and where you're from.
I'm Sharon. I'm from Logan, Utah. And I'm a Two Guns Nation and Unknown Beardsman.
She makes coming back. Well, ladies, we kind of brought you on to tell us about the weekend, and I guess theoretically we talk about your beards. So I guess tell us a little about it.
Who wants to go first?
How about Sharon?
Yeah.
Boom. Last in, first to go. Boom.
So I went first in natural realistic, and I used about, I want to say 9 pieces of synthetic hair extensions, and just kind of draped them over like a string type, and then did some sewing and sewed them along a long type, and had the long beard, and did like hours and hours of teasing, so it fluffed up more and more as I went. And then the mustache was actually sewn onto part of the beard, and it was a lot of got to be glued, shaped into a mustache shape.
Okay.
So,
I felt it. It was pretty heavy.
yeah.
It was thick.
Yeah.
So
you-
awesome.
So you sewed it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you stick it to your face or did you have a headpiece holding it up?
No, it was tied up into my ponytail.
Ah, clever.
Yeah.
Okay. So it seemed like it would be too heavy to stick on your face that long.
Yeah.
Like to
Yeah.
hold.
Yeah. And it covered up like most of my face. So
Yeah, that was a massive beard.
Yeah. Definitely.
I'd never heard of sewing technique to hold it in place.
yeah.
I can't sew for shit.
Yeah, I've
It
never.
sews the beard in the skin.
Okay, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. I guess kind of how you would sew like weaves or hair pieces in. Yeah, I use the same kind of thread and needle for that.
Okay.
See, I have no clue about those things. So this might be something we have to have you demo one show. Come on,
Yeah,
and tell
I
us
have
how you
a loom and everything that'll hold the string tight, so I can lay the pieces over and then go along as I go across. So
That's pretty cool.
Huh.
yeah.
Very
That is
talented.
completely
Because
different.
you need something, a clamp or something to hold the hair pieces in place so they don't move while you're trying to secure them all together. So,
Right. So you use full on hair extension pieces, like the pieces that like people buy to make their hair longer?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And just layer that to make it like how thick up this way? Was it just one layer?
Well,
Okay.
they're about, I want to say 2 feet long, but they're
Okay.
folded over, so it's probably 4 feet long.
Okay.
So yeah, so I just lay it over halfway and then sew along the halfway point.
Oh, okay.
You can cut them to different lengths and stuff. I layered the mustache and yeah,
Because it was
did all
thick.
that
It was
fancy
full.
cutting. Yeah, it was. It took a while. There's still hair on my dining room floor, probably.
I admit that.
So,
Yeah, you might have to do a demo for us, Sharon, so we can all see
yeah,
how you did that.
yeah.
And she's like,
And
yeah, and I'll mess up my kitchen floor.
the hair bunches are about $2 to $3, so they're not too expensive.
Where are you buying your hair extensions from?
Sally Beauty has pretty much everything that I use.
You buy your hair from Sally's?
Yep.
Man, our Sally's here is pricey. I go to the wig shop where you get for the real wigs. Them wigs. Do we have pictures? Well,
Let me see
yeah,
if I
but
can find some
Sorry, I
while
didn't
you.
send any. I have a crazy work schedule, so
Keep talking
It
amongst
took all I had
yourselves
to
and
get
I
in
will.
here. I don't know that I can pull up a picture now. So
oh yeah,
I'm
you're on
already
your
in here. I'm not leaving.
I can pull up pictures. We could have
I'll look for it if you want to keep talking.
do
I know
what?
we
You're
have a
you're
big.
gonna pull them up?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well you look at Sharon's and then how about Courtney, you tell us what you did.
What I do?
Yeah. Like
Just my hair usually. Yeah. um, I have a whole process that I've gotten down over the years to where I can do it fairly quickly now. But I do try to shake it up because I don't want people to be like, oh, Courtney's coming, she's doing her hair. I don't want it to be like obvious. So I do try to shake it up. But whenever they have a category just for it, I'll usually do my hair. So because it's
yeah,
kind of my
you
trademark,
placed
you know.
you placed a Great American with a creative mustache, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So you do
Yeah.
all the categories.
Yeah,
Which-
I really try to. I try
Yeah.
not to be the one trick pony girl. So
Yeah. I think
but
that's
it is funny because I get all the same questions like all the beard, get asked, how long did it take you to grow? How long, does it take you to wash it? And then people coming up and grabbing my hair. I hate that. Like, it just bothers me to no end, It's like, just because it's long and it's there doesn't mean you can come up and touch me, So,
exactly like
yeah.
like but I think I think every time you do even when you do your attached beards, they look different. Like you
Yeah, I
sometimes you
try.
add a little something to it or different curls or different, so it's not the
Yeah.
same. You do your
This
mustache.
time I was actually going to do Medusa. I was going to put like wire in there and make a bunch of snakes out of my hair and stuff. But every time it just went like,
Because it's so
not
heavy.
very. Yeah, it won't hold like a freestyle's hair because I think it's not like thick and coarse like a beard. I've tried to do stuff with it and it just never works out. So. Exactly. Why wouldn't they ask first? Even when they do, I'm kind of like, what do you say? No, you can't say no.
No, if I know you and if I don't want you to touch me, I'm going to tell you no, don't touch me.
Yeah.
They're probably going to do it anyway because thinking I'm being funny, but I'm not being funny. Like, don't, if I say don't touch me,
Yeah.
I will.
Just like
Otherwise,
random
I
people
won't.
in the grocery store, gas station, like, oh, it's like, don't freaking touch me.
I would lose it. I would lose it.
If I don't feel like peopling, I just put it up in a bun. So.
Ooh, how big is your man? Because my daughter wants her hair as long as yours.
Oh,
Her
good.
blondes are so thick.
Yeah, I know. I always think about cutting it off just because it's always on the kitchen knobs. It's always all over the place. And sometimes I get a little fed up with it. Other times I think, no, it's your trademark. If I was to cut it and show up at a beard comp, would people even know who I was?
I would.
I don't know if they would.
I would, because I notice your face before I notice you.
Well, even like my own nephew, I had my hair in a bun one family party, and he goes up and he's like grabbing his mom's leg. He's like, "Mom, is that Aunt Courtney?" I'm like, "Oh, you don't even know who I am without my hair." So I do wonder if I was to cut it, if people would even still know who I was. So.
Well, if you cut it, it's still going to fall out and be everywhere. It's just going to be shorter. So just leave it alone. See, that's what I think, Chris. Like it's your smile. Okay, Jeff.
Well, that's
okay, Jeff's never seen. Her hair is longer than you are tall, Chicken Wing.
Yeah, it's about down to my ankles.
And she's taller than you, Jeff. So
yeah, so I'm 5'9", so I would say my hair is about 5'8".
Basically. See, Melissa said we would know you.
Well, that makes me feel good. And I always tell people, like, when I die, like, if all anybody talks about at my funeral is my hair, I'm gonna be mad. Because there's so many stories.
Coming back to haunt people.
Don't just talk about my hair.
Okay,
Yeah,
I almost got him
I
back.
like that you don't depend on your hair to do all your beards, that you hit all
Thank
the
you.
categories. Sharon does all the categories. When she showed up, I'm like, okay, which one are you in? So
yeah, it's my trademark. It's who I am. I feel like I have to use it. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people with a lot of stories about me. So when I'm dead, the work people don't matter anymore. Just tell them all. So
I remember you said that.
Okay.
on November 21st at 7:30 Central Standard Time.
All right, so I found their pictures and I'll show them to you.
There we go.
So awesome.
Super cool.
See if I can make it bigger or not.
So that was about 4 hours of teasing probably, and I was trying to rush that morning also.
Wow.
That mustache is freaking awesome.
It's huge, right?
It is.
Yeah, you can tell she's probably got this little bitty bit of vision there.
But honestly, like doing the mustache like that, if there was any kind of if it showed anywhere on the cheeks how it was attached or whatever, like that's concealed right there.
Yeah.
That's a huge ass mustache.
So awesome.
There's one stitch holding the mustache up really, and it just kind of wrapped around my face.
So. Wow.
Oh my gosh. No pressure on that. Let's see. I can flip.
I was not planning to compete. I normally craft a beard. But
this is true.
Courtney made me.
I'm very persuasive.
Literally.
It worked out. National champ.
Well, I just hate when the categories don't get filled, at least two people, something.
But I like how hers came around with the mustache down to make like the horseshoe.
I actually got lucky. So when I was putting it together, one side was longer than the other. And Sarah, who is a barber, was in the green room. And so she helped me trim it to make it even. Glad she was there.
The sacrifices we make.
Melissa was there.
And see Miss Courtney.
And that is braided up and still down to your shins. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Now
I just do like 2 braids here, and then I like pull the rest through, like kind of waterfall it through. So I don't even use hairspray or nothing.
Are those your natural curls in your hair, or did you?
No, those ones were, I was starting the snakes and it didn't work out. So I just left it. I was frustrated.
Well, it worked out.
Yeah.
Do you just
It looks
part it
great.
like down the middle and then bring it on both sides?
Yeah, I just part it down the middle, do 2 pigtails, and then I take half of the 2 pigtails, braid those, and then meet those together in the middle, and then the rest just gets weaved through. So, and yeah, just a couple of hair ties and stays all day. So.
I guess because it's long enough, the weight pulls it through, and you don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not going to work its way back out of that.
The mustache is always a little tricky to keep up where it needs to be, but
Oh
it works
yeah,
out.
because moving your head around and stuff, I guess.
And just talking, and
Yeah.
And then it gets like kind of fuzzy as the day goes on, and the judges never give you extra points for wearing it all day, I notice.
I can tell you, that little mustache driving me crazy, tickling my nose, and I complained to Courtney about it, and she's like, "What?"
I'm like, I don't want to hear it, dude. I've had mine on since 10 a.m.
And we got this one here too.
Oh, that was
So awesome. So awesome.
It started smoking. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, we're lucky we got to see the surprise backstage before everyone else.
Yeah.
Apparently, Lisa Ray and I are in the wrong dressing room. We were in the ladies, but everyone else, I think, was in the men's. And so.
No, we were in the one that was labeled ladies.
Yeah.
Wondering where y'all were. Like, we were all in there. Y'all were in the wrong one. If there's y'all two were the only ones in the one, and then the rest everybody else is in one, y'all were in the wrong place.
Oops.
So,
Yeah,
Well, we just wanted
everybody.
to see some men, I guess.
I could hear everyone, but I'd already had it set up and I was trying to untangle everything, blah, 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 blah. Mr. Abraham.
that's like been the best compliment, because I mean, I knew I wasn't gonna get it. Like, that's.
I heard that a couple
I
of times.
said when I saw you, that is a best in show beard. Thing was awesome.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. I heard that a couple of times.
Tisha's. Tisha, you didn't show yours.
Yeah, mine is stupid heavy. Like, I did bring it. I mean, I'm not picking it up, but
That's so awesome.
it's
So
so heavy.
awesome.
It's stupid.
Totally.
Your attach Summer.
Okay, so. Oh, shit. That. So the metal coils. So like the copper coils that I use. The copper coils that were all in the beard. Or not.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Girl, it's heavy.
I cannot operate, okay?
So the all the copper coils that are in
There
here.
we go.
I just made, like, basically, I don't know, it's probably politically incorrect. I call it a yarmulke.
A yarmulke? Yeah, I totally thought yarmulke when I saw that.
I mean, I called it my little coil yarmulke. It's all up by metal, like every bit of it. It hurt so bad. I'm not gonna lie. It was digging into the top of my head. I even had a piece of like a suede leather piece underneath it. And just the weight of it kept just digging in my head.
The best ones
Jeff,
hurt.
it's like over 10 pounds. Here you go. Wait, sorry. Yeah, it's over 10 pounds. The metal chewed up my chin. I have, like, where the backside of it scraped up my chest. Like, I still have scabs on my chest. And the smoke got my eyes. I had a scab on this eyelid until yesterday.
What did you use for this smoke?
So I have a little smoke machine. literally the machine is like this big. It's still, honestly, all that is still in the garage. It's like this big. And so I had it in that fanny pack pouch thing. And it had, it came with 2 connectors. People use it for cosplay.
Oh.
And so I just connected these same little tubes here are all, hell, I'll just pick it up and show y'all. Let me just show y'all. Let's go.
Oh, wow. Dude, the back of that is even more, just as impressive as the front. Holy shit.
So that's the back. And then I put like screen door mesh to try to encase. That's the light box. These are all the wires. And then it came down here. And because it was long enough, it just went between my boobs and under my corset. So you couldn't see. But yeah, I think it was this part of the screen is what chewed up my chest.
That's brilliant.
But it's vegetable glycerin is the stuff that you put in it. And honestly, it comes in just like a bottle like this. I filled it up for nationals last year. I used it for my Blackbeard. That's how Blackbeard smoked. And for that one, I ran up through the backside and over my ears because the tubes could not pass for it to be realistic. You know, you can't have any kind of materials, nothing supporting it. Excuse me. So I ran the tube right up to the mesh netting that I had put the hair on, and then hot glued it on the backside so that it didn't cross over into the beard. And so it just smoked from the backside. Yeah.
Pretty
I mean,
smart.
it was a nice little gadget, but I put it to use. Like I've used it 3 times now. So
I love it.
yeah.
That was the first time I've seen it. I thought that was pretty awesome.
I didn't see it at Nationals last time.
For Great American, when I did the Blackbeard.
Okay.
I mean, not for Great American, for Nationals in
Nationals.
Scranton.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
When I
okay.
did Blackbeard.
I didn't go to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, it was a
Well,
great
it's new
job.
for me. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I used it one other time to do a fortune teller beard. So I had like balls with like little palms and little fortune cards. And then, so I had smoke come out from like the fortune teller balls, whatever that is. So, yeah.
Awesome.
I loved your whole
Candace said her
outfit.
lip hurt on Sunday. I bet her mustache was heavy. Her mustache was heavier than my mustache.
Who?
Candace, she did the copper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like copper pipes.
Pipe fitter.
Yeah, those pipes.
Yeah.
Those were heavy.
Yeah, I felt it before she put it on. I was like, holy crap. It's like
Candace,
a weapon.
me either. Me either. And if anybody standing back there knew I was not happy about it. My
You
hair
should have
hurt.
just been
I
like,
didn't put them boots back on. Those were some banging boots, but my toes, my dogs were mad. Like, no, honey, no.
like off Bill and Ted's when they're like heavy metal.
It was. I was like, please stop talking and let me walk across it. And then, oh my gosh, when they told us all the women were in the front for Best in Show, and they were like, sit down. Oh no, get back up. I was like, okay, well, I'm a 47. I'm old and this thing is heavy. And I had to grab Sharon and I had to grab Cardi behind me. And I was like, my legs were shaking. And then they were like, oh no, sit back down. No, absolutely not. I just stepped to the side. I was not going back down. Was not. It was too heavy. So yeah.
Let's see.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Crystal
I
balls.
didn't show you a while ago, so this is
Ooh. So pretty. Awesome.
That was so
very
pretty.
last minute.
I thought it was beautiful.
Well,
I
thank
did
you.
too.
I've well, let's see. How do I get
It's
that
good
off?
together.
Darn it. But
Did you attach that to your hat or?
it's actually Okay, let's see. It's hard to explain.
I know when she showed it to us, it had a Bud Light box and it had green saran wrap, and I was like, "I'm sorry, are you doing a shower curtain? What are we doing here?" Like,
No,
I had no idea, and then she showed me. I was like,
It's the
"Oh."
process. Yeah.
it's kind of, I had to try to untangle it and such after I got home. So the lights right now are set up here because I was trying to get them out of the way. But it's this little rhinestone ribbon, and I originally tried to make it really look like a chandelier. I don't know if I can get it. It's a little rhinestone ribbon, and it basically, Shannon took a safety pin and pinned them all together up here, and then safety pinned another set that came kind of back here, and then safety pinned another one that went straight from my crown to that. And then the
So
hat
that whole
covered.
thing was held up with 3 safety pins.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that was all that was holding it up. No pressure.
Wow.
No pressure.
Unhappy for you at all?
I think I haven't weighed it, but I'm thinking probably about 4 pounds. It's what I'm thinking. But they're all chandeliers. We go to this antiques fair it's twice a year here. So we went to that 2 weeks before, and Shannon was like, "You got to make a beard. You got to make a beard." And I was like, "I don't have time." And so I saw the chandelier crystals, and I was like, "Okay, I might be able to do that." And then I couldn't. I originally kind of wanted to do a whole dangle, and then I was like, "No, I want to make it look like a chandelier." So I Googled how to DIY chandelier, and it's it's one of those round wreath. You buy the green things that are the wire.
Yeah, for a
The
wreath.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then I cut part of it off, and then I spray painted it all with gold, and then the gold glitter. And then yeah, and then I hand tied all that fishing line to those crystals. So
It's beautiful.
It
Well,
was very
thanks.
pretty. It was very
it
pretty.
like I said, I did it in about 4 days, because even though I bought the stuff 2 weeks before, I was like with work, and I had to go visit my mom and help her with some stuff. So it was about 4 days, which, if you know me, is not norm. That freaks me out. So
Mine literally took months.
yeah.
That
So, do you want me to tell them the backstory about how mine came about? Because I do. You know, I do. I want to address this little issue because there was some stuff that was said.
Yes.
Um,
Tell us the backstory, because I also have comment on it.
So, I came up with this idea like a year ago, and I had it in my mind, and I wanted to present it at our Beard Mob's big competition every year is Mob Fest. So I wanted to present it there, and I couldn't get it to attach and work and do exactly what I wanted. So I presented just the whaler part, no mustache, and it was done a little different. There was different, like it was Mob Fest 5, so there was like a number 5 door thing on it. There were some knobs. It was just kind of a little different steampunk vibe, not geared towards motorcycles at this point. No gas masks were on it or anything. And so I presented the whaler, and it went over well. I was upset back, getting ready, because what I wanted was not what I was presenting, but I had to remember what I wanted, nobody else knew. So just go out there with. So I've learned in the years, don't go, "Well, I wanted it to do this," to the judges. You say, "This is what I wanted," present it just as it was. You did exactly what you wanted. So I went out there and did that. And then I did the mustache at Great American. And Courtney saw me there, like several people. I did multiple categories, and I changed in the where you're getting ready because I didn't have enough time. And I had not checked to make sure that the mustache would go correctly. I just was going on faith. It was super heavy, and I know, like, I had a lot of the ladies, even Courtney's back there, were trying to pull my wig around it to like pull the heaviness back. So anyway, I presented it there. I changed the tubes. They were gold for Great American. I changed them to black to tie in with the gas mask. So basically, this beard has been a whaler, a mustache, and then a full beard.
Right
And
on.
I know some comments were made about it, that I've done this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I sure have. I sure have. And
Well,
I worked really hard
So
on it and
what?
a lot of time. And maybe the things were gifted to me, but they are very pricey. I mean, that's copper. Those are all Harley parts. It's not cheap. And I think part of being in the Craft Whisker Club is to show that we can redo things and we can revamp things. And if you're not, I mean, these guys show up with the same exact beard every time. I mean, our freestylers, some do, some don't. You know, Cardi changes his every time, but Greg Schoenwolf does his almost the same every time. So, like, I don't understand why the women are held to a higher level of you can't repeat this when we're actually having to purchase and make ours. And so that was kind of the purpose behind mine. I really didn't care if I placed or not. I wanted to persevere and I wanted to present what was right here for everybody else. And so when I got everybody else's reactions, I really didn't care where I placed. Like, I want my peers, the people that I really care about, were impressed with it. The people that know, you ladies that know how much go into these, you know, so that's kind of why I did it. And I'm just really sorry for the people that took a negative approach to being classy.
You know,
Well,
I
and-
wonder if people think that about my hair too, because I do that so much. But, you know, at the same time, it's like, well, that's what I'm working with here. And that's, you know, so I do wonder, because we are expected to kind of change it up and do stuff like that. Like,
Right.
that's why I do other categories. So it's not always the same thing. But at the
Switching
same
it
time,
around.
it still takes work. Like, you know, it's just like a freestyler. I have to get up and do it that day. And I don't know how it's going to work out, you know, kind of thing. And I reuse my hair a lot. And so I don't see, you know, anything wrong with reusing a beard. I mean, I've reused a beard, like I've used it at a big one, then I use it at a small local one, you know, but I still reused it, you know what I mean? Because it was a lot of time and effort and money, you know?
Yeah.
So,
So you don't know how many beards I have hanging on the wall that I would love to wear again and again, because they are
Yeah.
expensive and they take a shitload of time.
yeah.
And then to just hang it on the wall and not have anyone ever see it again. I mean, it's
Mhm.
lame.
yeah. And
Well, and then you
you-
have so many great ideas, and then it's like, oh shit, that got taken. You know, it's like, oh, I can't do that now, you know? 'Cause
Okay,
like me, I
Courtney,
have a
so
little idea
speaking of
book.
that,
Yeah, I write
you
them all
remember you
down,
did-
and then they get used. So
do you remember your wood beard where you did the wood burning?
yeah, the wood burning.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I was working on a wood beard at that same time, and I was
Yeah,
like,
it happens all the time. If you don't use these ideas, these other girls are going to think of it too. So it's hard for us. It
Right.
really is.
but my wood
But you-
beard was completely different than yours. If I would have quit,
Well,
because
then
I was
do
like,
it.
oh, she did a wood beard, and I'd have quit, but I
should
ended
do
up
it.
doing it. And I mean, mine, I went with like a leprechaun lumberjack, so it
Yeah.
was same wood pieces. I didn't do wood burning, but like,
Yeah.
we
Well,
all
and
come
that's
up-
just the thing though, too. Like you can give 5 bakers the same recipe and everything's going to taste different. You know what I mean? So even though we're using the same materials, doesn't mean it's going to turn out the same.
right.
know
and
what I
you
mean?
wear a beard that you've made and something doesn't either sit right or doesn't look like you thought it was going to. And so I think if you can add or revamp a beard to kick it up a notch, I mean, why not? There are ones that I definitely would be like, okay, I would have done this or that with it.
I know. I hate that.
Courtney,
I would've done that way
Wilson
different.
says we should do an East Coast West Coast swap, like just switch beards.
Oh, that'd be
That's
awesome.
genius.
That's a good idea.
What if
Something
we did like
different.
a Christmas gift swap? Like you get one beard and you send it to another Whiskerina. That would be kind of funny. But honestly, I keep all my stuff.
I like that.
No, it's a lot of fun though, seeing what the next person comes up with the next competition, it kind of, kicks it up a notch, and like it kind of challenges and inspires us at the same time, because like,
Mhm.
wow, that's awesome. I'll have to try that, or what can I do different?
Oh,
So it's
for
really
sure.
inspiring too at the same time to see all the
Exactly.
different. Even if you're nervous or you don't know, like I used to compete with Val all the time, and she was never sure, or I wasn't sure, and we build off of each other. So
It helps if you can just like bounce ideas off of, like if you're thinking about it in your head, but then once you like speak it, and then somebody can be like, okay, but what about this? And then you can kind of play ideas off of. I think it really, really helps.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I have a pet peeve, and I've thought about whether I wanted to say it tonight because it's probably controversial.
Oh,
But
don't
Holly
worry.
said, "Oh,
I have a pet peeve because we do exchange tips, tricks, ideas, suggestions. How would you do this, etc. And my pet peeve, it doesn't happen often, but when it does, is someone taking credit for someone else's beard that they've worked so hard on. Well, that was my idea, or that was, I told them how to do this, or, that's my pet peeve. I
well,
hear
I
it a
think
lot.
I don't think that's controversial at all. I think everybody probably feels that way.
I'm the only motherfucker that worked on this one." So
So,
please
I
tell
thought-
me you.
I've been
Please tell
thinking,
me you gave me this idea, because I'm going to correct you. Please do. Now, there are a lot of women that were like, hey, I do this and suggest this, and, that's fine. But yeah, I get what I've heard it, but I think it's just not said correctly. I don't think it's intentional. But
and you know what?
please
If I
tell me
gave somebody
you
an
made my beard,
idea,
because we don't
that's
have one.
awesome, but they made the beard. They
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
it in. If I gave them that idea, that's cool. I'm going to smile inside when I
Yeah.
see them on that stage.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I give away beard ideas all the time.
Oh,
I
I've got
don't
them
care
from
one
Courtney.
bit.
I've totally got them from
Courtney
Courtney.
gives me a lot of ideas. So
I have Courtney
I
too,
know what to do them though.
and Jiggy and I've rolled ideas off each other. So
Right.
I mean,
right.
that's my pet peeve. Just shut your mouth. I mean,
Yeah.
sorry, I got kind of.
I think we're all working hard here. There's no reason anybody should talk schmack about anybody. We're all just doing it for fun and for charity. So
Yeah.
Right.
nobody
So we
likes
have
smack
a
talkers.
pre-party. We'll have a pre-party swap. Bring a beard,
I love that idea.
and we'll
I do
swap.
too.
Maybe we could do like the who wore it better. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm coming with a corset and fishnet. So
Yeah.
I totally use beard comps as my time to dress up like, oh, I really want to dress like this, but you can't just like take your mom to the doctor wearing that. And I really don't do much else. So.
I hate the ones
Chris,
where we have to walk down the street with my beard on because people are just like, okay.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be in public. Like, I only want to be around.
But I feel okay once I get in the beard comp, then it's fine. But yeah, just getting there sometimes is so embarrassing. So.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So Chris asked the question: do you draw them out first or just do it? I've done both.
I just do it.
Yeah, I just go with whatever, and I'm like, okay, this looks good. Let's keep adding to it.
Well, I usually draw them out first. I'll put like my idea on paper, and then just like just to kind of map it where I'm gonna go.
Right.
I do a lot of calculations that I write down, trying to how long something is, because like you try to put it in, let's say, a carry-on. Well, it has to fit in the carry-on. So I know
so you keep it within measurements.
He's smarter than me.
And I know that
You and
with my
Einstein.
template, this is 10.5 inches across here.
Yeah, if you're bearding this long, you have to think about how you're gonna get there, and how much time you're gonna have. Is it cold or hot? Because I've sweated a beard off,
We've had
totally.
We've had full shows about this.
Yep.
I am awful when I I get so anxious and I just start sweating and I'm like, it's cold as it can be. And I'm like, I'm dying. I'm sweating so
I
bad.
know. I'm always sweating like a whore in church at these things. It's
Yeah,
terrible.
I mean, there's so many people and all the lights and just the whole, yeah.
Yeah. And then just the costume and something shit on your face. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
I'm like, can we just go so we can take this off and have fun?
Yeah.
I'm just here for the party.
And how much you plan on drinking, or that plays into it too.
Girl, these metal straws, you just have to fish it
Yeah,
through the
this
hole.
backwards too. It's gonna look crazy.
But yeah, with this chandelier one, I was like, how do I keep this from totally tangling up? Because I don't want to be sitting there trying to like cut them off and then re-tie them. And then
I panicked on that one.
I remember the lady that was selling this chandeliers. When a person bought one, she wrapped them in saran wrap. Well, like the moving, the big, industrial size. And I was like, oh, I wonder if I can do that so then they won't move. And then I thought, I've got to have a piece of cardboard, so let's grab that Bud Light box. So that's other, like you were talking about, Sharon. It's like, okay, how do I actually, is it gonna, especially for me, when we went to Worlds, that was only like my third beard. And of course I was nervous as all get out. I'm going to take this halfway across the world. Yeah.
It's scary.
So, yeah.
It's anxiety.
I learned a lot traveling. Like I do mustaches. Like whenever I was going to the West Coast and stuff, I'll do the realistic. Those are easier to travel with. And I can put those like, depending. I try not to have to do a carry-on or anything. I just do my little personal bag. I shove it all in there. And then like hard glasses cases, like your hard sunglasses case or whatever, they're perfect for mustaches.
Oh, that's smart.
Oh, that is smart. Wow, look at you go.
Well, and I have a bigger one. So I used to carry my stethoscope in a case because I always threw it in a backpack too, and it was expensive. And I was like, you're gonna tear this up being dumb. So I bought a stethoscope case, Amazon.com, before y'all ask. And that's how I put my bigger mustaches, like the ones that had the 2 curls or whatever.
Pretty clever.
That is very
so
clever.
I can just throw it in the bag and it's not going to get squished. So yeah.
When we went to Virginia for the Great American, I had my money beard.
Oh yeah.
And I had a whole suitcase just for my beard.
Just for your beard.
On. It was terrible. Yeah. On the
Well,
way
she
back,
spent all that time making the wrinkles just so. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want it squished.
Yeah, I was so nervous about it.
Hey, does John touch your beards after you make them? Or does he like,
What do you mean, touch them?
Like, will he move them around?
They get
like,
kinky in the
like,
hotel room,
He's,
I mean, like,
very
would he be
supportive.
like, hey, this needs to be fixed, or
No. When I have the idea.
If you know Holly, she's a
with him,
perfectionist. It's already perfect when she gets there.
Whatever. He just doesn't, I don't know. He doesn't see my vision. And then when I'm done, he's like, oh, wow, yeah. Like, he just doesn't, yeah. But talking about people touching people's beards, that happens to him a lot. I saw that in the comments. And there was a girl at the bar that asked, and of course, John, he always says you have to ask her. So he'll point to me and have them ask me. And I usually say yes, but I didn't. And she was with her man who had a beard, and she said, I always say no. I always say no. Like, well, why did you ask me? But then she asked again, and he said yes. So, but yeah, it's weird.
I bet John does get asked a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a beast.
Most of the time, like if it's a cute little lady at the store, I'll be like, oh, of course, but
right. But if it's just some
like
if it's some hot bitch, you're like
in a bar, yeah.
Right. Like, are you touching him or are you trying to hit on him? Because I mean, I think you can tell like when somebody's genuine, like wow, that is a pretty beard.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just still am not fixing to ask to touch somebody's beard.
I usually look at their husband because the look on their face is pretty funny. They're not
Yeah.
happy. Yeah.
Yeah. My woman wants to touch another man's beard.
Exactly.
Well, Shannon told me a story once of an older lady that had asked, I don't know if she asked or she didn't ask, but anyway, she was touching his beard, and he said it just went a little longer and a little more,
Creepy.
caressing, I guess, to it than he was starting to be comfortable with. He said it was getting a little awkward. So, I wasn't around. This is wherever, he had
If
been.
you were, it probably wouldn't have happened. So, yeah.
I would have been like pulling her hand away and saying, yeah.
We should start charging. Just be like, yeah, $10.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I had a doctor that I worked for because we'd have guys with beards. I'd be like, "Oh, can I scruff you?" That's what I used to say. "Oh, can I scruff you?" Like, sure, scruff. And so he was a really religious doctor, and all of his church would come in as our patients. And apparently, one of the higher up priests or whatever in this one, he's like, he's coming in, he's growing his beard out because he's going to be Santa. Don't ask to scruff him. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. See, okay, Taxi Phil, they want to touch the styled mustache. See, I think no, because it's in position. Like it's styled perfectly. You should not touch it. You shouldn't touch it. Do you let them touch your mustache?
Yeah, I would
Does Miss
never.
Jones let them touch your mustache?
I would never touch a styled stash.
No. I
No,
would never ask that.
not a freestyle, nothing. Like you don't want to break down that, the hairspray or the hold or anything. Like,
Yeah.
I have to admit, I made a mistake when I first started doing this. There was a freestyler guy, and I went to kind of touch it, and he was like, "Whoa!" So, it was that sexy Jesus guy. He was like, "You don't touch someone's beard." I was like, "Oh, okay, sorry." I'm sorry. I just wanted to see how he had it. Like, I was new, okay.
yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't even dream of touching a freestyle or a styled.
I think it's a respect thing. Like maybe we just understand and respect what these guys do more than just.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, ladies, we are at our hour mark, and this is awesome. I really enjoyed having you on.
Yes, it's fun.
And you'll have to come back sometime. Let us know when you're available. If you ever want to come on, do a demo, come back on to chat with us. And I don't know what else.
Thanks for always having us. I do appreciate it. It makes me feel important. I appreciate it.
More important.
Well, we are glad to have you guys. And so again, thank you. And we let us know if you want to come back.
Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving.
Hey,
Yes,
y'all too.
happy Turkey.
Are we gonna drop them off and then I can? Or you got that picture?
I gotcha. Thank you again, ladies.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Cool. Okay. Now let's see.
You can touch my natural stash if you're a judge, but don't touch my because it's like it's styled just how you want it. Like
yeah, I wouldn't. Not even. I mean, I'll touch your beard, but I ask. Or if it's somebody that I've judged before and I know they don't care, then I'll probably. I don't. I'll ask a couple of times, but after that, or I'm trying to be courteous about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about just consideration of other people. Like that's where it all goes to. How's this going to affect somebody else here? Like, man, I have torn my nails.
And do I want that done to me?
Exactly. Like, I don't want to be petted, not by strangers.
Start purring next time.
Like, you have to tell me how soft my skin is. Man, I know. I'm old. Old people's skin is soft.
Yes, consent. So you want to tell us about something coming up? And then when you
Okay,
get
so
to
yes.
when you get to it, I'll pull up that picture.
Okay, don't put it up until I say.
I know.
So go, and then you gotta do it because I'm stupid excited, and I know several of them are on watching because. Do not pet me, Jeff Harris. You're tinier than me. Do not pet me.
No petty.
No petting. So, Beard Mob North Texas is having a competition called Harry Holidays, sponsored by Honest Amish. And it's going to be December 3rd in Keller, Texas. Obviously holiday themed. It is a no kids only, so there are no, I mean, do what you want. I got 5 of the most amazing judges. Like, honestly, you can't tell me shit. So, I didn't want to do each judge at one time. I wanted to post them all up at one time. And so I had my homie Silky from across the pond do me up a picture. And
You want the picture?
I want it. So we have the lovely Lorianne from Nevada, Sin City. We have Taxi Phil and Jim Jones from Ohio, Cincinnati Beard Barons. We have John Abraham from Beards by the Bay in California. And Paul Toom again in his perfectly little Santa beard from the Gentleman Social Club of Los Angeles. So we snagged these 5 amazing white facial hair. It's called our Winter Wonderland of Beards. We snagged all of these from all out of state. They have given up their time and money to come out and judge all of us and help us raise lots of money. We are raising money for Mission Central Food Pantry and the Clubhouse Kids for Special Needs. So it's going to be a hell of a show. A hell of a show.
I'm excited. We've already made our travel arrangements.
Excellent. I know Hampton Inn sold out. There is a Holiday Inn, a Hyatt Place, and a Marriott Courtyard, all within like 5 miles of this place. So Friday night, we're going to go to a place called Alley Cats. It's kind of like Dave and Buster's. That's where we're going to do our meet and greet. We are going to have a ugly sweater, pajama, whichever one, competition. You can wear your ugly sweater or your ugly pajamas. And so we'll do that. And then we're also going to do like a holiday bearded bingo. So it's kind of like a scavenger hunt. For $5, you get a bingo card and you have to go all around this place. And it's a blackout bingo. So you got to get everything on it. And then, of course, all the money just goes to the charity. So we'll do that Friday night. And then Saturday, it's a day comp. And bro, me too. Me too. We're going to start registration at 11, start the comp at 12, hopefully be done at 5. The venue has somebody coming in. They've got live bands. I hang out there. I just have a surprise birthday party thrown for me there.
Sweet.
Yeah, this past Friday, boyfriend set up a surprise birthday party. People at the bar knew, people in the club knew. My niece came and picked my mom up after we left. He flew my niece in from Colorado. But
that's cool.
Well, she got stuck in Las Vegas, and it was going to end up being an 8-hour layover, and she is new into her sobriety. And so I'm going to cry. But she made the choice to go back home instead of spending 8 hours in Las Vegas. And that was the best thing. Like, and then coming to a bar where we are a little titty anyway. But the thought behind it, like, seriously, I can't even process everything from nationals to what's going on now. It's just like go, go, go. And man, I couldn't be more blessed with the people that have stepped up to help me with this competition. They know that we've got some stuff going on, and I've got the Abrahams. I can't even praise them enough. He was the first person I asked, and I started asking judges in June. I asked him at Great American. I remember going up to Nora and asking her, and she's like, if I can't make it, he will be there. I mean, nobody even second guessed it. It took me, I have so much respect and admiration for all 5 of these people. Like, I just feel like they're all so top notch. Like, why would they do this for me? And man, none of them even hesitated. And it just shows me what this community is all about. So if we give these charities $100 or $1,000 or $5,000, I'm more than grateful for everybody that has stepped up to help me and help North Texas get this and get us going on what we want to try to get back to our community here. So yeah, y'all got to come out, man. It's fun. I mean, we're going to have fun. It's not going to be the most put together. But we're going to roll with it, and we're going to raise some money, and we're going to have a hell of a good time. And if you leave not laughing, that's on you. So
I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Jeff, you ain't even lying. If we could raise 5,000, I'd be beyond. But I mean, I'll be surprised with anything. Like,
anything is possible.
Anything is possible. So, we've got us an auctioneer. Taxfield's going to auctioneer for us, and so excited to see that. We have all your normal categories. We're going to have mustache. We're going to have chops, whaler, goatee, full beard style stash, and then we did ours in 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 20, and 20 plus because I like odd numbers, and I know the 20s and stuff's even, but it's a 0, so it's round, and it makes sense in my mind. We have the Land of Misfits category because it's at a biker bar, and bikers, they don't really all grow their hair into a particular facial style. So like Land of Misfits, think El Chapo. Like, he doesn't go into one. He kind of can go into all of them. So Land of Misfits, it's for anybody that doesn't fall into a category. You have a category. Of course, we're going to split our women up, creative and realistic, and give y'all time to do both. We're going to have freestyle, and then we're doing a couple
I'm gonna put
duo.
this up while you're talking.
No worries. We're going to do a couple so that instead of a group, we wanted it to be 2 people. And what else? I don't even know. I didn't write notes. I just know we were told that this is a hard time of year because people are busy with their family, and but there's a lot of us that we've raised our kids. Hell, some of our kids are coming to support us. So even though it is a busy, you did right, John. Okay. Even though it is a busy time of the year, charities still need this help. So that's why we wanted to go ahead and do it. Like, people still need help, even though we're busy with our lives.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so, and this is actually where I was going with all the categories. We will have a Santa Beard category. So we're actually, because we did our whole panel, we'll have white facial hair. We're going to let them step off and enter the Santa Beard category if they want to. And then we'll have some of Beard Mom North Texas actually just judge.
Oh, cool.
So
Cool.
because I think Paul too McGinn is coming for that Santa. So oh yeah, a 10-year-old birthday party, and I would say bring them and have the birthday party here, but no kids. I mean, Barefoot Brand. I mean, our Chop Squad's gonna be there, so
Yeah.
Barefoot was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna get the MC," and he was just talking smack, and I was like, "Bro, I'm the MC." So, so, yeah, I'm pretty excited. Oh, Paul, we have you being called out. John Abraham's coming for it too. So I'm pretty excited. But December 3rd, that whole weekend, come see us. We've got we're doing our hangover brunch at the same place. So, and we walked in and asked this venue, and they were like, absolutely. What day do you need? And then they were like, we'll get back to the charities too. Alley Cats, where we go Friday night, we're waiting for a code word or whatever. So any kind of, if you spend any money, you tell them that, and then those tickets, they're going to give a portion of the proceeds back. And same thing with the Poor Shack, where we're having our venue. So we've got both venues are going to be giving back to our charities too. So
Cool.
pretty
Very
excited.
cool.
So that was it. Watch our event page, Harry Holidays 2022. I'll start putting everything out there now that we released the picture. Isn't that picture the cutest?
It is. It is very cute. You did good.
Yeah.
And so we have one other don't miss,
which is the following.
It is the 12th. So it's like
not the Monday after, but the Monday after that.
Yep. Exactly. So we all have it's Jiggy, Natalie, Christina, and myself. We all have a box that my hubs sent to everyone. And
3.9 pounds.
And it is the ultimate mustache battle online. So we'll have an hour to make a mustache only out of what's in the box. All of it's benefiting Wigs for Kids. And this, I guess it wasn't known until recently, but we've been talking about it a bit, but they actually do not charge the kids for the wigs. And so that's why we wanted to do that instead of some of the other businesses. I'm going to call them businesses that you donate.
I mean, if they're making money off of it and selling it to them, then it's a business. This is a nonprofit. Like they take the donation. The patient does not pay a dime.
Yeah. And so you can just send it to I was going to try to find their band. It's I need to sneeze.
$5, $10. It all adds up. Like we're trying to raise $1,000. I think this community could do that like that. Honestly, we're like 10% of the way there. So
and also to thank Beard Mob Louisiana, who made a big donation this week.
Absolutely.
So step up for the other clubs. But you can PayPal it to Whisker Club at yahoo.com and just put in there Wigs for Kids and the notes and help these kids out, because that's what we're about. The charity, the kids need it. The families need it. We all
going on. They don't need to worry about their hair.
They need it. So I think that's all we got tonight. Anything else?
We've been going for a good hot minute. So
yeah, you've put up with us for a little while. So, but otherwise,
everybody for tuning in, everybody for chipping in, just being part of this community.
Yeah. So I just thought of it. We are currently taking nominations for officers of the Craft Whisker Club. So just message us on the Craft Whisker Club page if you're interested in holding an officer position. We'll have elections. Is it
January?
Is it December or January?
Taking nominations now to vote in January.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. So anyway, if you're interested in holding an officer position, let us know. We welcome anyone to hold positions, president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, and social media manager. And let's see. I think that's it. The only thing with the club right now.
We all have so much going on. But
Yes.
Thanksgiving is Thursday, so gobble till you wobble.
Are you cooking?
I'm going to the Cowboys game. I'm cooking on Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to the A&M LSU game
Oh, nice.
on Saturday. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
I have
Thursday.
to break out my maroon again.
His son
But-
will fly from San Antonio. He's in from Okinawa, Japan.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, he flew in on my birthday, surprised his little sister at school, which was really cool to be part of. That's why we had to book from Wyoming. Like, we had to leave. We got like 2 hours of sleep before. So, yeah. But he's been in San Antonio while his girlfriend graduated from the Army, and he's in the Air Force. So then she goes out to Germany. So they're going to be apart a little longer. He'll go back to Japan in mid-December. So
Oh, okay.
he's coming back up from San Antonio on Thursday, and then we'll all go to the tailgate for the Cowboys and stuff. It's a blast. So
Cool.
just
Very
do some
cool.
family stuff, just hanging out together. So,
Yeah. Well, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Lots of love. And we'll see you December 3rd. Better see you. Like I said, we've already got our travel arrangements made. So,
if you have questions, hit that event page. I got my crew.
UConn, bite me. I'm not a LSU fan.
I
am. So, yeah.
Not really. I'm a Baylor fan.
I may be a Longhorn.
Okay, so that was your first mistake. Longhorns suck. The only time I root for Longhorns is when they're going against OU Sooners because OU sucks.
Yeah, that was a
Other
bit
than
of
that,
a whooping. But anyway, so I'm paying for A&M, and I've already paid for UT. So that's what I say.
Oh, speaking of paying for it, I mean, I didn't have to pay for it because my kid put herself through college, but my baby graduates December 10th with a major in biology and a minor in public health.
Excellent. I'm excited.
Texas State.
A girl after my own heart.
Yeah, I am. I mean, I can't. Like, my life is so freaking blessed.
Yeah.
So she's worked really hard. We're about to travel. Thank you.
Very cool.
Pretty proud of it.
All right. We've been on here almost an hour and a half. So. Well, good night, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your time with your family and friends that are family, and even those family members you don't like. So that you have to put up with.
Be gone before you know it.
Be grateful for what you have. And I guess that's it. Lots of love.
Hug them tight, y'all.
Right.
Hug them tight. You never know when the last hug's going to be. Never know.
So true.
All right. Love y'all.
Night.
See y'all in a couple weeks. Happy Thanksgiving.